welcome to October. September, this year is going so fast, and September has been busier than ever. I don't know about you, but I am loving the cooler weather. I'm loving the sweaters, which you guys see my videos. I wear sweaters all year long. I'm always cold, but I am just really loving fall. The leaves, still have the door open because it's still warm. The leaves are starting to change here, but not a lot. Like just, basically the ones that lose their leaves are kind of losing their leaves, but the ones that turn really, really gorgeous have not started doing that a whole lot yet. But I suspect that this next week, because we're supposed to have a kind of a spout of colder weather, that will be happening very soon. And I just love the colors of October, so I can't wait for October to begin. But this video is not about October, it's about September. So let's talk about all the things, all of my favorites in September. And so we're going to go over my favorite Bible verses, my favorite mind devotions that I've been doing, favorite makeup products, YouTube, you know me, it's a completely randomness, which is me. That's just me, just random. So let's get started. So I know the first thing you're going to be asking, am I still carrying the mint and chocolate purse? I am still loving that purse, I have to tell you, but this last weekend in September, or I guess it was on the 27th that I bought this. We went back home for Farmer's Day. I did buy a new purse, so I'm going to be carrying this. I'm still kind of carrying the other one a little bit. I just bought this one, and it is so pretty. I bought it at our local craft show. You guys hear me talk about Al purses. Basically, Al is a good friend of ours that we have known for years, that we have done craft shows with, and he sells purses. And so I'm always telling people that I got to get me an Al purse, and that's what I mean when I have to get me an Al purse. And it's very, very pretty. It's smaller, but it's still got plenty of room. It's smaller for me, whatever. And it is a concealed carry purse, which means that it holds a handgun, which is fabulous for me. I love that. And I love the outside pockets. That's the only thing that I don't like about my mint green purse, is that there are no outside pockets. And so I'm always digging for my cell phone and my keys. And I really like having a pocket to be able to put my cell phone and my keys. And now I have a cell phone for work and my personal cell phone. So this is absolutely fantastic. Of course, I love the cross and all that. So really cute. The brand is P&G. You know me, I'm not a big purse brand snob. I just like things that are cute. I can't afford to be a purse snob because I change them too often. True story. I would love a Kate Spade, but I would feel like I would have to. Now, I did carry my last one for several months, so maybe that one would have been worth it. But anyway, this, and I got it for $30 and love it. Okay, so some of the food items that I have been into this month. Of course, it's September, so that means pumpkin everything, right? Yeah, I love pumpkin anything. I even tried pumpkin Pop-Tarts. That's a little hard to say. Pumpkin Pop-Tarts. I wasn't as big of a fan of those. But I tried them. Gotta love me everything pumpkin, so anything pumpkin. I have also been eating a lot of pretzels. I don't know why. I don't buy pretzels very often, but I ended up with a bag of them a few weeks ago, and I was like, wow, I haven't, it's one of those things that you haven't had it in a while, and you're like, oh my goodness, that's really good. And so you buy more, and that's kind of what happened. Is I bought 2 or 3 bags this month because I'm just like loving the pretzels. So love that. Not really anything else on food wise, just pumpkin and pretzels. we have still been grilling quite a bit, and it's probably even a little bit more since it's a little bit cooler. It's kind of miserable when it's really, really hot. So we've been grilling still quite a bit, which is so nice, because that a lot of times my husband will just fix the whole entire meal, which is super lovely. So I am milking this grilling season until there is snow on the ground. I am. But even if I do make all the sides and stuff, it's still so much easier when he grills. For one, he's taking care of the meat, and I always should shut that door, but I don't. But for one, he's taking care of the meat, and two, there's no like big pan for the meat, like dishes wise, and so that's always nice. Candles. I have been using all fall like scent candles, a lot of pumpkin candles, a lot of the pod warmers, and apple, or like apple spice, and autumn, I'm not sure what it was. It was the one that I did on my haul and my favorites last month, but I'm still burning that one from Yankee Candle, which is my favorite pod since I've actually ordered some from Gold Canyon, but I haven't gotten together with my friend Sarah, who I ordered it from, to pick those up, but I have a couple fall scents in that as well. I'm so excited. YouTube, mostly in YouTube, I've still been doing the journals, and I'm going to be doing, I think my next video is going to be an in-depth look at my journal that I've been keeping and all of that. So I think I'll give you kind of a look in that. I know I have promised that video for quite a while. I really wanted to use it for, you know, a good amount of time before I shared that with you, because I feel like there's been times where I've shared things and then I ended up not liking it so much. And so I wanted to just make sure that I was going to stay with it, and I've been doing it since the beginning of August, and I think the beginning of August, yeah. And then so I've been doing it 2 months now, and so I'm still loving it. Planner items, I have been kind of obsessed with fall stickers. I bought a few Halloween stickers. I was so excited. I bought this Peanuts, you know, like Charlie Brown, pack and go like stickers, you know, the coloring book, and that, because I was like, oh, Peanut stickers for my planner, and they were all cut wrong. Yeah, so I was really disappointed in that. It's just $1, but still kind of disappointed. But yeah, lots of fall stickers. Just loving that for my journal and my planners and things like that. I haven't done any Etsy orders in a while. I need to do that, and I'll do a Etsy store review when I do that for you. But I need to get around to that. Okay, so now we're to events, and September has been highs and lows. It's been an interesting month. A lot of life changes this month. I started my new job, and I'm not going to say where just because of privacy. A fellow YouTuber kind of had a privacy issue with people showing up to her house, and you know, and I'm not sure. Maybe I think we should be a little bit more cautious. But anyway, I am working as a certified application counselor. So that's my job title. I like it. I love the company. I'm not still sure about the job. It is what it is. I don't know. And so I don't know if I will. I haven't continued to look for a different position. I'm just kind of trusting God's guidance, and I know He led me here for a reason, and but it's just not feeling like that's, you know, I don't know. The pay is good, you know, it's decent. The vacation is really nice, really spoiled with having right at like 5 weeks of vacation a year, which is what I got at my last job, and so that's hard to give up. But I had it at my last job. It's not that there's not other jobs out there, but I'm struggling because I really have kind of fell in love with the company. I love what the company stands for with servant leadership, and so yeah, I don't know. But it's a paycheck, and so that's super great. I have been loving the extra money, and we've been really trying to focus more on the Dave Ramsey thing and getting back on track and on that. So a lot of budgeting kind of going on, and we had kind of gotten behind. It felt like we're just kind of catching up. No, like, not like behind like debt collectors or things like that, but just because thankfully we don't have a lot of debt, but just behind on the fact that like it's been a struggle, like living paycheck to paycheck to make sure that those are paid, and sometimes they're getting paid late, and it just is. It was just really, August was really hard for us, and so just being honest out there, and so we've just been kind of struggling. Normally everything is fine, but so having that full-time paycheck again is just, it just makes life easier, you know. So that is that. Okay, I'm looking at my planner if you're wondering. So besides my new job, which is a big life change and is why the videos have been a little bit slower getting on for you guys, but I'm trying to get back into a routine for that. We also went swimming for probably the last time, I'm sure the last time this year, although there is an indoor pool not too far from us, so we might do that. But swimming definitely at the outdoor pool for the last time this year, and that was fun. My boys had their school pictures, very, very cute. Labor Day, always nice to have paid day off. We went back home for Apple Festival, and Apple Festival is such a neat festival. It's a pretty large festival back in our area back home, and it's something that my mom and me and my aunts and my dad always did together, and so it was so nice being back home and seeing those friends and family members. My husband participated in a Run to Respond event that raises money for firefighters and first responders. I have done quite a bit of traveling with work, whether it's just traveling to the different clinic locations, or we went to a conference in Columbia, so we were there a couple days for that, and then we went to a conference again in Springfield, and so that was, you know, another drive. And so yeah, so a lot of traveling for work, things like that. We did our date night at RSV Paint, and I vlogged, so check out the vlog. I'll put that below, and that was so much fun and turned out so great. Loved that. Now, on a somber note, we have had 2 deaths that have kind of impacted our family, and not close, but I'll explain. So I just want to say that my heart and prayers just go out to Macy Lovelace's family. Macy Lovelace was a beautiful little girl. She's 13, and she, I like to say, won her battle, but she passed away from leukemia, and her mom and I went to school together, and her dad's went to school with my husband. Her dad did, and her dad's family is big, very, very, very close family friends of mine from my childhood. Their family members babysat me when I was growing up, and so they were just like my family. And so even though we've kind of, you know, lost touch with Brad and Holly over the years, it still is just, it's still heartbreaking, and it still reminds you to hug your kids at night, you know, to just, I can't imagine what Brad and Holly and them are going through. And so just love and prayers. And sweet Macy, she was such an inspiration, and I love seeing the community support and the lives that little girl touched. On the exact same day, just a few hours later, my husband's very, very close friend his wife passed away in a car accident. So we had, basically there were 2 deaths in one day, and that just, it was very sudden. They leave behind a 6-year-old little girl, and she's doing well, but you know, it's going to be hard. You know, down the road it will be harder than it is right now. It's kind of still unreal, and you know how kiddos are. They're thankfully resilient, but my just love and prayers and thoughts go out to Anthony and Taylor, and it just very much reminds you to be thankful for your family. And it also reminds me to make sure that I have things put together for my husband. That way he knows where my life insurance policy is through my work and my 401k information, and just things like that, you know. And there's a lot of just mixed feelings with that, and yeah, so it just makes you think. So those have been 2 things that have been on my heart, and I want to keep this as positive as I can, but I can't go through September, even though it's not a favorite, it is kind of in review. And so to kind of understand where I've been at the last few weeks kind of gives you a good idea of what's been going on and why I've been a little bit absent. And so leading into that, we will go into the Bible devotions that I've completed this month. Okay, so I completed 3 Bible devotions. And these can all be found on the YouVersion Bible app. That's where I get my devotions, unless I say specifically otherwise. There might be sometimes that I read a print publication or something like that, but these are mostly from the YouVersion Bible app, and they have Bible devotions from everything from one day to all year long or continuous. I tend to pick ones that are around a week long. That's just something, I don't know why. I mean, if there was something interesting, I would definitely do longer or shorter. I've done both. So, but anyway, I have read The Lies of Busyness, and that was really good. It talks about, you know, sometimes we take pride in being busy, like how much we can get done, when sometimes we're just so scatterbrained that we really need to focus on just one thing and get that done. And so that was a little stepping on toes, wasn't it? But anyway, no, I really did. I did enjoy that one. I read It's Good to Be Queen. I thought that was going to be, it's about Queen Sheba, and it was really good about, you know, her coming and how she thought she had all of these, she had all these preconceived things that she was going to say when she got here, and then of course the Lord touched her heart and changed her and things like that. And so it was a really, it was good. I hadn't done many Bible devotions on that subject, surprisingly. So that was good. But I kind of thought it would be, I don't know. I kind of, maybe from the name I thought it would be funnier. Maybe the author, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But anyway, but it was still good. I read Devotions and Reflections for Women. And this one was really good. However, it was like 7 days. It was basically like little excerpts of devotions, so the whole week didn't have a theme. And although it was nice because each one was great and was on a different subject, I kind of like them to have more of a theme. And so, but again, sometimes they really touched me and I felt like they were written just for me, you know, again, stepping on toes and things like that, but because it was what I needed to hear, and that's how the Lord works, right? Yeah, I read that one, and that one was really good. And I just started God's Crime Scene. That's a little bit different than I normally read, but I found it and I immediately thought of my husband and a good friend of mine, and so I sent it to both of them and thought, hey, if I send it to them, I should read it, right? So I've been reading that, and basically that's from a detective's kind of point of view on God and the universe. So now some of the Bible verses, I've got my Bible app here. And so basically these are just things that I've highlighted over the month, and I do read an NIV. I know some people are very strictly King James or whatever, and that's absolutely fine. Whatever is you like. But anyway, so I guess you can kind of see a pattern throughout the month, and I'm going backwards, so from the end of the month to the beginning of the month, because that's how they're ranked. But I highlighted a lot this month, but I highlighted Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do and not see. Sorry, my phone went off. I also highlighted 2 Corinthians 5:7, for we live by faith, not by sight. I highlighted Jeremiah 29:13, you will seek me when you find me. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. And that one really kind of touched me, because sometimes we just go through the motions and you're like, well, why can't I feel you, Lord? Well, we need to seek him with all of our heart. I highlighted Romans 12:8. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is giving, then give generously. If it is to lead, do it diligently. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. Sorry, I read that kind of weird, but Romans 12:8, if you want to look that up, and that really just basically do everything you do. Do it genuinely. I loved that. I have a few that were certain sermon related. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ, Galatians 6:2. I also highlighted the entire Luke 10:30 through 37, which is where a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he was attacked by robbers, and the whole story of how these Christians passed him up, but the Samaritan stopped and helped him, and that kind of went along with a sermon that we did, and I just kind of make sure that we're leading by example kind of thing. One thing is, another one is September 4th, so that's the day I read it, sorry. Then he said to them, the Sabbath was made for man, not the man for the Sabbath. And that's from Mark 2:27. And I think that was part of a devotion. And it just kind of struck me of, God didn't create the Sabbath for him. We need rest. And I think, that was from the devotion of the Lies of Busyness, and how we need rest. And we need to have time to worship, and just taking that time. Kind of like that. I think that is, okay, so that's kind of all. Okay, so that's it in a nutshell for my September favorites. Thank you for spending time with me. I know it is kind of a hodgepodge of things, a lot of just random things. I didn't have any beauty things this month. I did just get in my Walmart fall box, so I'll be doing a review of that very soon. But anyway, thanks for spending time with me. See you guys.